Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, I hope that you all that are off today, you are enjoying your off day, your Labor Day, your break, whatever you're doing. I hope you're enjoying it, just enjoying not having to be in work today. But yes, so today we are continuing our hair growth book and just kind of learning everything we can about hair. Today in particular, we are up on shampoos. So before I get started, my name is Tiana. I do all kinds of things on this channel, following my micro lock journey, and other lock journeys is one of them. And I do hair tutorials and hair wrap tutorials, and I just did a series of back to school styles, so make sure you check those out. And yeah, sewing, singing, DIY projects, a whole bunch of stuff, but my main focus is on hair and hair care. And so the lock journeys, they take over the channel pretty much. If you're interested in any of those things, go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and comment while you're watching the video. So yes, again, a little backstory. I am reading a book that I read years ago. I had to be like 16 or 17. And this is the book that inspired me to go natural. And then my whole family went natural. And then we just kind of have been helping each other and helping other women along the way as much as we can. Like kind of care for their hair the best that they can. And just appreciate their own hair and hair curl. So we have gotten into understanding what it is to have a regimen, and we talked a little bit about over processing and heat and the damage that heat can cause in the book. So yeah, again, if you have your copy, go ahead and read along with me. Let me see if I can show you the cover. Let's see, I marked my page here so I can be ready, so it kind of hurts my feelings. But here you go, here's the cover. And it's called Grow Black Hair Long using the O'Hara method. It is on Amazon Kindle, and that is how I am reading it. So yeah, if you're interested, go ahead and get it. You can download it. It is free, and we can read along. This part is a little it's going to be a lot of information, so it would help you to read along, but I'm going to try to be as clear as possible. But yeah, so let's get started. We're talking about shampoo, and the title of this chapter is called So Your Hair is Breaking. So it's going to go over everything that could cause hair breakage, but it's also going to just kind of list the different things and why they might be breaking your hair. So like I said, we talked about processing and relaxers. We talked about blow drying, and now we are on to shampoo. And yes, the other things that they're going to mention is product buildup, your hair conditioner, hair tension, and neglect. So like I said, we're on shampoo. Let's get started. It says not many people would believe the harsh effects shampoo has on their hair. Most of us know this routine. Let me pause because something just came to my mind. I've talked to some people and was like, yeah, girl, I seen your lives, but I didn't log on because I didn't want people to know I was on. Okay, I don't all the way understand that, but if that's the case, fine. But I just want y'all to know, y'all, I do not know who is logged on the lives. At the top of the screen, I don't think you guys see, but at the top of the screen, it has like a little image of people on, and it gives me a number. That's all I get. And that is all other people get too. Like, they will see not who is logged on, but how many people are logged on. The only way people know that you are logged on is when you comment. Like if you give a comment, then people could say, oh, that's so-and-so, if somebody knows you or whatever. But y'all, I never know who logs on. I just see the number up there. And yeah, so that's why I always say, please leave a comment or say hi or give me a thumbs up or whatever. I know that some people still like their privacy, so they don't always want people to know that they're logged on and things, and that's fine. But again, when you log on, it only gives a number to me, and it only gives a number to anybody else that's watching. It doesn't say like, like kind of like Facebook and things, it'll say so-and-so just joined the live. YouTube does not do that. It doesn't say who joined the live. It just gives a number. So yeah, just because I've heard that a couple of times. But anyways, it says some people would not believe the harsh effects shampoo has on their hair. And most of us know this routine. The 2-week wash day comes around. We look in the mirror and can't believe how good their hair looks. But after all, it's now 2 weeks since their hair has been washed, and it just has to be done. So we jump into the shower, we lather up all the goodness of the past 2 weeks, we condition, set, and spin hours. In the end, the hair is just not as lush as we would like it to be. I completely can relate to it. I think I've even made a video of like, my hair just starts popping on the time I'm supposed to wash it. And that is why I'm so for, yes, have a routine. But if your hair is calling for something outside of the routine, do it. But if it's not, then you don't always have to be so pressed to do it. But yeah, you're gonna understand. She's gonna explain why this kind of happens, how your hair just kind of starts flourishing after a few weeks, and then you shampoo it and it gets dull again for some people. Somehow it has lost its moisture and it is dry no matter how much we condition it. We know that it will take several days before we can enjoy it again. And y'all know, like y'all that do twist outs and like bantu knots and stuff and braid outs, you know how like day 3 hair and stuff sometimes is better than day 1. So like you do your twist out, you do your wash and go, but you're really waiting for day 3 for it to look better. Although we know this, the cycle just continues. The dreaded hair wash as well, the dry effects. It is common to women across the board and not just black women. Maybe you can recall how soft and moist your hair felt after several days of not washing the hair, only to wash it and lose that softness as it is replaced by more dry and lifeless strands. But did you know that the main ingredients found in most shampoos are also found in most household and industrial cleaning products? It is any wonder why our hair feels stripped and unmanageable after a good shampoo. And I mean, that goes without explanation. If the same ingredients are in cleaning products, you don't really want it in your hair. The 3 main chemicals found in shampoo are number 1, sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS. Number 2, sodium lauryl sulfate, SLES. And number 3, ammonium lauryl sulfate, ALS. Not only are these ingredients drying, they also strip the delicate surface of the strands. Add that knowledge to the delicate nature of hair that has been relaxed. And when tested on the skin, these sulfates were also found to cause severe skin damage. The longer it stays on the skin, the greater the damage. Besides, the sulfates in most shampoos strip the hair of moisture and eventually of its outer protective layer, and this causes the hair to become very parched, super dull, and just uncooperative to health or even growth. Sure, most shampoos come with a conditioner which is intended to mask the damage that is done by the shampoo, but sadly the conditioner coats the strands with chemicals called silicones. And silicones are synthetic substances placed in hair care products which create a coating around the hair shaft. Silicones are intended to give the hair a silky slip as well as shine, and this is all intended to give the hair the appearance of healthy hair. While companies will swear that the silicones are locking in moisture, giving the hair a glossy shine, what they don't tell you is the adverse effects of silicones. Because silicones are a synthetic, almost plastic-like substance, and they don't add to the health of the hair, they only give the illusion of healthy hair. Now, this is a little more difficult to see in some shampoos, but it is extremely, extremely obvious in shampoos that talk about like it's going to make your hair thicker or add collagen to it or whatever the case may be. You can almost feel in that shampoo or conditioner when you finish, you can almost feel the coating that it leaves on your skin. And on your hair. And sometimes they put that stuff in it and on your hair again to give it the appearance. I'm going to get my words right today. Hi, Dad. How are you? It's supposed to give it the appearance of looking good and looking healthy, right? And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. But it's not solving or addressing the underlying problem that could be causing dryness or breakage or whatever it is that your hair is going through. It's only providing a coating on top. And that's not good. So it's kind of like a quick fix. And that is the way of our society. Things are quick fixes and never get into the root of it. Of silicones is that they can't be rinsed out the hair. Silicones create a buildup on the hair shaft, and because they are synthetic, they need an aggressive shampoo to wash it off. So do you see the vicious cycle? The cycle is so vicious and senseless that it seems insane. And they give you a little chart here of the cycle. It says, and it can go any way, you shampoo, which strips the hair, and then you follow with the conditioner to fix this issue, which deposits silicones, and then the silicones leave the hair dry and dull, and the only way to remove the silicones is to shampoo it. So you shampoo it again, causing the strands to get further stripped, and then you condition again, and the cycle never ever ends. Hi Mom, I'm glad you all made it back safely. So you're shampooing your hair, right, to strip it, and then you put a conditioner on it, which deposits something that you need to get off, and you can only get off with shampoo, and then you have to use the same shampoo to get those silicones off. And that is also so true. So the next part is going to talk about product buildup, and that is so true because even with some of the products that we use, you're welcome. Even with some of the products that we use, some of them can only be taken off with shampoo. And if certain shampoos are not safe or not healthy for your hair, and yet you use such heavy products, you have to go to the shampoo. Like, you have to rely on the shampoo. And so it is indeed a vicious cycle. And especially us with locks, like I try to tell my clients as much as possible, we are so prone to build up because our hair is locked. And if it's not able to easily get out of the strands or get out of the lock, it just builds up. It creates residue inside. It attracts lint, all of that fun stuff. But some of the stuff that we're putting in our hair, you need something harsh and you need something strong to get it off. And that's why I really try, like for myself, I try to use as minimal amount of products as possible, because I don't want to have to use harsh shampoos to get stuff off of my strands or out of my scalp or out of my hair. So the more natural my products are that I'm using to style it and maintain it, the more natural my shampoos can be. And that even goes to using things like to shampoo that are not a product with a lot of chemicals in it, but a more natural product, maybe something grown or something like that, that can wash it out easily because I didn't put in harsh products to begin with. All right, so that is it for shampoos. We're moving on to product buildup, and it says, does your hair feel moist but heavy? So is it feeling moist but still heavy? And when you comb or run your fingers through your hair, does it feel hard and heavy to comb through? And although the hair feels moist, does it continue to break? Or does the hair feel limp and have no bounce? And then lastly, does it break easily despite being heavily laden with thick moisturizers? So those are your 5 things to consider. Is it moist but heavy? When you comb it through it, is this hard or heavy and hard to comb through? Number 3, does it feel moist but it still is breaking off even though it feels like it's moist? And number 4, does the hair feel limp and have no bounce, no body to it? And number 5, is it still easily breaking even though you keep putting moisturizer on it? So product buildup occurs when the products you use leave a residue on the surface of the strands. And when you pile on multiple products on the hair at one time, this further increases the buildup of products onto the hair. And although you may shampoo your hair weekly, the shampoo is also a source of product buildup as well. So is a conditioner that you may be using. So the O'Hara method addresses all of these issues so that you can have clean, conditioned, healthy hair without all the synthetic deposits which stunt your hair growth. Clarifying shampoos are often suggested as a solution to break up product buildup, but they do a great job of removing the surface layer of heavy greases, wax, and synthetics like silicones from the hair. However, the heavy agent used to degrease heavy waxes also has the power to strip your hair. And while your hair may feel squeaky clean after clarifying, it could also be further weakened. And this is where perpetual dryness occurs. Now, someone may say, my hair is always dry. I have that dry type of hair. And they assume that this is the natural state of their hair without realizing that they're in a cycle of stripping their hair with what they think are solutions. I see this a lot in many clients. Product buildup. And if you look at the natural hair community, the amount of products that go on hair for one service, it can be a lot. Like for one service, you could be using edge control, no, shampoo, conditioner, then edge control, then oil, then a cream to do the actual style, and then maybe a mist and spray. So for one style, you've used like 6 or 7 products for one style. And yes, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it could look nice, but it also can be so much product on your hair that's actually destroying your actual hair strands. And then you go back to the cycle of you have to use a harsh shampoo to get those 6-7 products out. And God help you if you're one of those naturals, which many of us are, one of those naturals who have to replenish and redo our hair every so days or every week just to refresh the style. Now you're going to double up on those 6 and 7 products, and then you're going to have to shampoo now the 6 and 7 products being set in twice or being set in 3 times, and so you have to shampoo it harshly to get all of those products out. So yeah, like she's saying, it is a vicious cycle. And just because your hair looks healthy, if it is not responding in a healthy way, then it is not healthy. If it's not going past what it's always been as far as hair length, if you're seeing breakage, then something still cannot be right, even though you're quote unquote doing all the right things. All right, the next one is protein overload. This is another big one that I see. So protein overload is a common issue for breakage. It can be so confusing to those who are dealing with this sort of breakage. That is because you may be doing everything to support your hair. You're conditioning it weekly. You're using the best leave-in. So why is your hair still breaking? You may be suffering from protein overload because protein conditioners are used to build strength in the hair as well as to fix any damaged parts of the strand. The protein binds to the porous and damaged parts, filling it in and smoothing out the strands. And although protein is excellent for the hair when it's damaged, too much can be disastrous. It could dramatically destroy your hair and have it falling off your head like leaves falling off a tree in autumn. Now, while protein does add a layer of strength to the strands, imagine the layers and layers of protective substance which hardens on the strands. And too much protein not only suffocates the strands, locking out moisture, protein very quickly hardens around the hair, making it brittle and very quick to break. Breakage is inevitable if it is not used wisely. So, there's another little image here that says, I don't know if you can make this bigger. Okay. I don't think you guys can read it, but it's bigger. But starting at the top here, it says your shampoo may have protein in it, your conditioner may have protein in it, and your leave-in may have protein in it. And I think it's also important to mention and to know that your hair has natural oils and things in it. Your skin has natural oils in it already, right? And so those oils and things are able to flow throughout your hair strand and kind of condition it and take care of it. So you already have your natural oils in your head, and then you put product on top of it. And sometimes that product is counteracting the naturalness of your hair and its natural shine and natural sheen, and sometimes those products are stripping those natural oils out your hair. So you have to kind of be careful because your hair is doing things naturally on its own, and if you don't use the right products to enhance it, you can actually be destroying it. So kind of think of it of like if you wear perfume or if you wear cologne. Not all perfume and colognes work with everybody because you have a natural body scent coming from you. So you have to get the perfume or the cologne that matches well. Hi. Oh, hey. Thank you so much for joining, Kyara. But yes, you have a natural scent, right? So you put a perfume or cologne on. Sometimes it may smell good on a bottle, but when it mixes with your natural scent, your natural body odor, not like bad odor, but like your natural scent, and your natural oils and things in your skin, the cologne may or may not do well. And that's why some people favor having certain accents in their cologne and perfume because it goes good with their natural scent. But it's the same thing with your hair. Your scalp is going to bring down its own natural oils, and you have to find products that will enhance it and allow it to keep it, and a routine that will enhance it and allow it to keep the naturalness to it, and it is not always stripping it or taking it out. So how to detect protein in your products. Protein can be hard to detect if you do not know what to look for. Not all proteins are labeled as protein. Here are a list of various proteins. Some are stronger than others, and combining them can cause several setbacks to your growth. You have hydrolyzed protein, keratin protein. I think keratin is one of the big ones. Collagen is another really big one I see in shampoos, and then wheat protein. Now, there are natural proteins which not only strengthen the hair, but they deposit vital nutrients which enhance hair growth and do not require harsh agents to wash them out. So again, another reason why I love this book is because it is really set on just getting natural things to put in your hair that is going to replenish it instead of strip it. So that is enough about protein. We're just moving right along. I have just 2 more sections, and then we will be done for today, and that is hair tension and alopecia. All very good, important things for hair growth. All right, hair tension. Hair tension is another form of hair breakage, and this occurs in the way you handle your hair while combing to the way that you handle your hair when you style it. If you're seeing a consistent hair loss in one particular area, then it is very likely that you are applying too much tension to the hair. If you wear your hair pulled very tightly in a bun on a regular basis, this can cause a real strain on your strands. The evidence could be in a thinning of the hairline or breakage where the bun is being too tightly secured. Also, if you handle your hair too aggressively when styling. I have to stop here, y'all, because this is important, okay? Hair tension. I am seeing so many clients who are having breakage in a certain area in their head, and it's kind of like it's like in the crown, but not in the very center of it, more like further down, and it is like that part of their hair is really short. Now, some of my clients, like if I get ones from that believe the same way I do, we have to cover our head. So a lot of us default to wearing a bun. But let me tell you, these buns are destroying some of our hair. Like, at first I thought it was just like, oh no, it's just for, maybe older people, and that's just an effect of being old, getting older, and how you suffer hair loss, whatever the case may be. That's not it. It is these buns that some of us are wearing. And I understand wearing a bun because for many of us, at least I know for me, if my hair is not looking the way I want it to look, or if it's not the length that I want it to be at the time, you default to a bun because a bun is a kind of safe way. Your hair still kind of looks full if you're wearing a bun. And by bun, I mean like a bun. It could be a regular bun where your hair is shown. It could be a bun with a scarf where we tie like a scarf. And a lot of us are doing these buns way back here, and it is destroying our hair. Now, you should be. If you're wearing a scarf all the time, you should absolutely, positively be wearing something satin underneath. Now, do I do that? No. Am I right for not doing that? No. Because the truth is, a lot of our scarves are made out of material that is stripping our hair. So if you're going to put a scarf on your whole head and strip your hair, you're going to see breakage. And additionally, if your hair is not the size or length that you want it to be and you pull it into a bun, sometimes the piece that's coming all the way up here, once it gets to the bun, there's not much of that strand left. So that means maybe only the bottom part of your hair is actually in the bun. Now, if this bottom part is the only part constantly in a bun, this bottom part keeps breaking because it's being held tightly in a bun. So, we try to talk about that a little more on this channel because it's something that I'm seeing more and more. And it is always a saying not to wear your hair in buns, but again, for those of us who wear head coverings, we got to find something else that we can do, another way to wrap our hair, still like it, still feel comfortable with it. On those days when we're not particularly happy with it, happy with the length or whatever the case may be, that is not always defaulting to a bun as our go-to, because buns are damaging. And if it's not damaging the middle where you're holding the ponytail at, then it could be damaging your edges. And I haven't really seen damage from the middle so much as for me it's my edges that gets damaged when I put it in a bun. But yeah, buns, they need to be used as a style, but not as a go-to, because they can be really damaging. And again, for those of us that wear scarves, you already put it in a ponytail or whatever to get the bun, and then you wrap the scarf. 9 times out of 10 you got scarf left over. Once you put the scarf on, you got scarf left over that you're going to wrap around the bun, but all of that is making it tighter and tighter. So yeah, these buns, y'all, they're killing us. But you have so many things that can cause tension: buns, blow dryers, combing it and not being careful when you're combing it, and doing your hair and not taking your time. And that is one of the reasons why I locked, because my hair was getting longer in its natural state, which was perfect. But because it was getting longer, the only way for me to keep it as it was growing was to make sure I baby it. And I was constantly doing my hair right before church. I don't know why. Why Sunday morning? But I was constantly doing my hair right before church or right before work. I was constantly going somewhere, and then I would feel like I was rushing. And I would try my best not to rush, but I would feel like I was rushing, and my hair is entirely too curly, way too curly for me to be rushing through it, because if I rush, then I'm breaking it. And the curlier your hair, the more you have to be gentle and take your time, because it is susceptible to breakage anyway. So sometimes something as simple as combing it, detangling it, that can be something that is breaking off your hair, because your methods for doing that might not be right. Steps to eliminate tension: detangle your hair when it's wet with something that provides slip. It has to have a good slip, y'all. Use your fingers to detangle your hair more than you use a comb. And for my extra curly hair clients, it takes me a while. But for those who have curly hair like me, like extra curly, I use my hand to detangle, because I know that's going to be the safest way. And never keep it in a braided hairstyle that's pulling on your scalp. This sort of tension can lead to a condition called alopecia or traction alopecia, which could be a permanent condition of hair loss from the root. And once you get it, only God can bring it back, because if you pull out those bulbs, there is nothing for it to grow through. So the very last part for today is alopecia, and this is one scary truth that many women face as a result of hairstyles which are too tight. It occurs as a result of tension to the scalp, and it can leave large balding areas where there was too much tension. And once the hair is pulled out of the hair shaft, the follicle is destroyed and the hair shaft will close up, and the damage from such a stage is usually permanent. So yeah, you don't want to get stuck into alopecia, because then it can be permanent, because if you, most times, obviously it doesn't happen right away, and if you catch it too late, then you're not able to get that hair to grow back. So that is definitely a scary thing, and not something you want to do. So again, with these buns and some of these styles, you just have to be careful that it's not going to cause alopecia. And again, it won't happen overnight, so sometimes it can happen over time. So doing the same routine over time can cause that alopecia that you do not want and you do not want to have. So yeah, that is it. We have talked about all the different forms of breaking hair. Definitely, like I said, if you can, get the book, because it's free. You can download it on Amazon Kindle. But so many things are talking about, so many things are being talked about, and honestly, I think every one of us can look at one of these things and be like, yeah, that's something I do. So again, I think it's 7 of them here that they name as far as breakage, and you should check out your routine. I will be checking mine to see what can I cut out. Blow drying is one. Over processing with chemicals or relaxers. Your shampoo itself could be too harsh, because it has certain things in it that strip your hair of its natural oils and things. Product buildup, way too much product, and I'm just seeing a lot of products being used in the natural hair community. In the lock community, not as much. In some cases, yes, for people who have like micro locks, and I see them putting certain things in their locks to kind of do it because they want it to look sleek, not realizing that in the long run that might have an adverse effect for you. But yeah, product buildup, your hair conditioner, hair tension, and neglecting your hair, you know, not having a real good routine with your hair. So let's see, the next section that we will hopefully talk about next time is called hair ingredients to avoid, and we already talked about some with the shampoos, but yeah, there's a lot of hair ingredients that you should avoid. So that one should be really good too. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. like, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. I hope that you're learning. I'm trying to reread this book and get what I can from it and kind of learn from it. So yeah, some of these things I know I'm going to use, like for example, as far as hair breakage, I know I'm trying to cut out blow drying because I know the effects of it. So I'm definitely weaning myself off of there, trying, right? And I'm also looking at my shampoos because I think some of the shampoos I'm looking at or have some of these products in there, and I need to kind of reevaluate them and make sure that I am using the best shampoos as possible. And I'm also looking at hair tension because I know that with microlocs, we put tension on our scalp just to retie. So I'm always constantly trying, you know, to convince myself and to be okay with the fact that the retie does not have to be extra super tight. I can leave some space there for the retie, and then also being considerate with how do I do my hair. Now I don't wear a lot of buns out, but I do bun or ponytail my hair when I sleep. So that's another thing that I'm trying to look at, to try to not do as much, you know. But some of the things we do because of you want to stretch it out. When you got curly hair, you want to stretch it out. But I'm trying to be a good girl, y'all. I have not blow dried my hair in a long time. And I know that I suffer because I'm not going to be able to see it as stretched out when it's not blow dried. But I also know that it is a healthier way to not blow dry it. And again, at night to try not to bun it as much. You know, because I want my hair to be nice too, and I know that some of the things I do for style or for the look for the next day may not be the healthiest choice. So yeah, I'm looking at the book too, trying to get what I can from it and trying to learn from it. I hope that you all learned from it, that you enjoy it, and that some of these things that you may know, hopefully it does add something to you or something you can share with someone else. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you all enjoy your day off today, and that you have a good day off, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, until next time, adios.